Masculinity isn't a thing. Masculinity is the consequence of the conflicting egos of empty boys trying to be crowned king. A man is oppressed and suddenly the world must offer a minute of silence, peace, to remember those lost in self-inflicted wars until death do they cease. When a woman is oppressed, it's the norm, standard, tradition. For a woman to gain an ounce of respect in comparison is an arduous mission. Masculinity isn't a thing, it's boys trying to be crowned king.
Wow, so masculinity is an option, near in fact a choice, rendered mute from childhood, stripped away from your voice. Is the decision you think I would envision for my own future? Being told to man up is like unstable suture. Holding together fresh wounds that lack signs of healing up. Wearing a thick mask of foreign identity is like adding water and oil into a cup. Treading on eggshells to appease a society that doesn't even know my name. By not conforming to the unlawful definitions of a man, it is the shame I claim. Where sagging trousers and north is the face of these culturally littered streets. Aggression, assertiveness, anger, and forged characters meets. Materialism, another cause of the genocide is identity crisis. ISIS, I'm stuck in a systematic system where no amount of arm wrestling can permit the drug of acceptance. I'm sentenced to a lifetime of cautious dreams and thoughts. And you say masculinity is not a thing? That I want to be some kind of king? Shut the lid of my casket, force it to a close with a powerful slam, because I am not okay. I'm just good at pretending that I am.
You complain about the so-called oppression of your masculinity, but what gives you the authority? When men built the systems of this world, the world cried blood and guts when you stomped your boots against the mud with thousands of men, waged your egoistic wars, endangering the innocent more and more. Your sense of reasoning minimized my wages, always looking down on us women, never changing from ages to ages, overemphasizing the importance of only your opinions, making me look like I'm living without a voice. And apparently everything you say is final, making me feel suicidal, running towards the madness. My silence forces me to create. How can I smile and call you my mate when your decisions do not represent me? Instead, they make me hate. I'm bleeding from your stereotypes. Can't even eat the way I want without being called a man, because my behavior is automatically associated with your genotype. Apparently, it dims my delicate light. But you can burp, fart, scream and shout. But all I can do is smile and cry. Conceal the pain with the bandage of your lies. I don't care about your problems. Mine are barely acknowledged.
Can you not see that we are one and the same? That this issue is beyond something we can tame, alone. The grueling quest to acquire the remedy of self-love is our salvation. But how do you acquire enough self-love for a nation? A matter distorted by feminized definitions. What then happens when a man does not conform to this scripted tradition? What happens when your identity raises suspicion? 1. Branded gay for going about life the way you want. 2. Often a misdirected massacre of innocent souls. 3. An outpour of toxic masculinity that forms deep holes in the minds of trapped individuals harboring issues they can no longer bear. 4 and 5, understand that by growing a pair, the issue is not resolved. 6, you can't just sport your way out of chemical depression or argue your way out of a confession about your feelings. 7, you can't please people who will never be satisfied. Setting aside your youthful years, when was the last time you really cried? 8, being a man stole your right to cry. Conforming stopped you asking questions like, why? Why is it not okay for me to be who I want to be? Why is suicide the only way for me to free myself from this wreck? Denying my true self placed these shackles on my neck. 9, bound by childhood segregations of boy and girl things. And like puppets on strings we complied. And our inner selves forced to hide away. I've become a statistic. A believer of pink for girls and blue for boys. Girls like dolls and boys like action toys. Men are the head and women are the side piece. Men need to be strong and never weak. When does this generational curse end? How do we amend the mess caused by this lethal trend? 10. Eradicate traditional thoughts from our brains. Unite men and women. Spare our children from these similar chains. Because now is the time to live the life we have dreamed. Maybe we will find that it's not as hard as we seemed.